Good evening all, and welcome to another evening with All Hail the Ale, and me, Nick. I'm talking rubbish already, aren't I? Anyway, we are here for an Imperial Stout, and it is not just a normal Imperial Stout. No. It's a bit more than that. It promises death, not just a little bit of death, not more death, but even more death. And even more death is an Imperial Stout weighing in at 12%, courtesy of Northern Monk and Evil Twin Brewing. And it says, from New York City to the north, 2 worlds, 2 cities, 2 recipes, 1 beer. Nothing artificial. Even more death, a decadent, toasted coconut, vanilla and cacao Imperial Stout. Unpasteurised and unfined, this is a fresh product and should be enjoyed as such. Keep it cool and enjoy responsibly. And it goes on to say the ingredients are water, malted barley, cacao nibs, toasted coconut, vanilla pods, hops and yeast. And it says, our calling. First there was fire, then there was beer. At the cornerstone of civilization for thousands of years, beer built the pyramids. Beer fueled the Middle Ages. Since the 6th century, monks across Europe brewed beer to provide for their communities. Today in the north, we carry a torch for all that beer was, and it can be. And we're on a quest to create the best beer that we can whilst giving back where we can. This beer was brewed for you, for us, for our community, and it's the Northern Monk Brew Co. And at 12%, this 440ml can contains 5.3 units. It's enough to probably put you over the limit. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get you to see this. The subtle artwork. Let's get my eyes out of the shot because the autofocus is picking it up. The snakes in the silvery grey on the can, and then you've got the Northern Monk crest. It goes round and it wraps round, and you've got all that lovely goodness. It just works, right? So we are in for a coconut stout with a bit of chocolate and vanilla. It sounds incredible. A toasted coconut, so it should be nice and rich, and the vanilla should add that little bit of sweetness to the back end, and the chocolate, the cacao nibs should just add a little bit of decadence. I'm looking forward to this. Let's crack her open and get her poured and prepare for a battering of the taste buds. Here we are. The last time this glass tasted stout, it was 0 ABV. Well, 0.5. This is 24 times the strength. So when poured badly, you get 2 solid fingers of brown head. That is a big head. Herman Munster. Yeah, that's it. It's a monster of a head. Let's top her up. It's inconsistent in the size of the bubbles. It's, like I say, it's brown. It looks good. The beer itself, oh, let's focus. It is black as the ace of spades. You cannot see anything through that. It's exactly what I expect. As for the aroma, that is rich. It's very, very rich. There's chocolate going on. Loads and loads of chocolate. The vanilla is obvious as well. The coconut less so. It's not to say it's not there, but it's far less obvious than the cocoa and the vanilla. So it's a good looking beer, this. Let's get on in there, sample it. Oh. Oh. Ah. Yes, and yes, and yes again. That there is something nice. It's very special. It's thick. It's sticky. It's got absolutely bucket loads of chocolate going on, and vanilla. The coconut is a supporting flavour. It's not prominent in any way, but it's there in the background to keep it interesting and just to give you a little bit of something, just to make you think, what is that? What is that I'm tasting? I mean, I'm drinking this room temp, right? I love my stouts at room temp because it allows all these flavours just to work and do their thing. The cold mutes them. I really don't like cold stout. And I think if this was cold, you would lose the beautiful, delicate coconut edge. You'd lose perhaps some of that sweetness of the vanilla because it would just be kind of shut down. And the chocolate would probably overwhelm everything. Underneath all of those three things, you've got that supporting layer of rich, deep, dark roasted malts. And that body that is, well, it's like drinking liquid chocolate, that kind of consistency. It's beautiful, it really is. I mean, I know Northern Monk make great beer, and I know from experience that Evil Twin make a great Imperial Stout. And when you get these two breweries working together and getting something like this, it's wonderful. Even more death. Yeah, and I want to, just because I thoroughly enjoy the flavour, I want to neck it, but I can't because it's 12%, you know. Otherwise, I won't enjoy it. I want to sip this slowly and enjoy it for the rest of the evening. Body is perfect. It's not overly thick. It's not cloying, but it's thick. Don't get me wrong. The flavours, the chocolate is strong. The coconut is supporting. The vanilla just kind of balances everything out and gives it that sweetness that is just balancing out those deep, rich, dark malts perfectly well. And I cannot find a single thing to fault it on. Not in the slightest. Not one. In fact, I want to show you the head. The head has mellowed. The bubbles have gone consistent and tight, and it's just like, can you see that? Can you see that? It's lovely. Love it. It's lacing the glass perfectly. I cannot fault this beer. Not at all. Not at all. So we come to the point where if we were watching Shooting Stars, we'd say, what are the scores, George Dawes? We're going to give it a score. The crow from below and the dove from above suggest that there's no point even asking the question of would I buy this again, because my initial reaction says absolutely every time I would hand over my left kidney for another one. It kind of tells you how much I like it. There's no point asking would I rush out and buy it again, would I give it more than a 4, because let's face it, we all know that I would give it more than a 4. I would give this without question, given the fact that I cannot fault it in any way. I cannot knock points off for anything. I mean, if it was an IPA, I could find fault with something. It's missing hops, but this is missing nothing. It's a stouts are easier for me to score because they either work for me or they don't, and this works for me perfectly. It's up there with the very best Imperial Stouts that I've ever had. It's got rich dark malt, which you expect. It's got a sweetness from the vanilla, which really balances it out well. You've got the chocolate, which I love in a stout, and you've got that just a tiny weeny bit of toasted coconut in the background to give it that little bit of interest. It's wonderful. So without any further ado, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to score Even More Death from Northern Monk and Imperial. Northern Monks and Evil Twins Imperial Stout, Even More Death, 5 out of 5. That's how much I like it. I can't get my words out right. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, be upstanding for this. It deserves a standing ovation. It deserves to be sipped slowly and enjoyed. Thank you for watching. This has been Northern Monk and Evil Twins, Even More Death. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video.